Good morning, everyone. It's Phil Wade from Dalton Wade Real Estate Group. Here conducting today's training. We're going to talk about Zillow Premier and the benefits of using Zillow. Zillow's become the 100-pound gorilla in the room. They now dominate, kind of the real estate space on the internet. They're the 28th most trafficked site. That's of all sites, and they're the #1 real estate website for consumers. And they also have, their agent advertising, which today we're going to talk about their Zillow Premier program. And they've made some very nice innovations there that can help you as an agent, pick the best zip code, to advertise in. So what have they done? They've actually come up with a very interactive tool that allows you to plug in the zip code, your budget, and then see, how many leads you're going to get, estimated leads, how many other agents are advertising there, what share of your budget, what that will give you for your voice of market. So it's quite dynamic, and you can basically check various zip codes to come up with where you can get your strongest return on investment. So and some of the things you want to look for is availability. So when you put in the zip codes, one of the criteria that come up, it will tell you how much availability there is in that zip code. And what that actually means is, how many other people are advertising there. So if you think of it like this, in each zip code they get, a set number of leads come in each month, and then how those get allocated. Obviously, people do click on the agent, that they're interested in communicating with. But if there's less agents there, then you have a higher probability of getting more leads. So that's a key determinant. Also, it talks about average cost per lead, so you want to look at that. It also has the average home value, and then it's all kind of calculated to come up with what your return on investment is. Certainly happy to help anybody kind of work through that, pick the best zip code. Additionally, we do have some funding to sort of help some of the agents along in that regard. So if anybody has any interest in that, just let me know. Additionally, to sort of strengthen your own efforts, getting reviews on Zillow is critical. Logging in and documenting your past sales will all help make you a stronger agent. I have been tracking some of the results. It doesn't really seem that the profile in terms of sales and past reviews indicates, kind of who gets, more leads. So even if you're a newer agent, potentially it could be a program that could work for you. One thing is that you do have to have a fair amount of dollars spent, so that your percent of market share is up there. Typically you want to be within the top 3 or 4 agents advertising in that zip code. If you end up much further down, sort of, they call it their leaderboard, you're just not showing up as much, because if you think about it, people are clicking on several homes, they're seeing your picture over and over again, and you have kind of a higher probability of getting clicked, getting the contact, and then ultimately working with that person. So that's a little bit on Zillow Premier. Happy to answer any questions offline if anybody has any. Again, we'll do another session shortly on kind of how best to work those leads to get the most out of them. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Have a great weekend.